a little bit of wisdom from the car. So, this experience happened to me about 2 years ago, and it was with my little nephew, Ethan. And I was going into my mom's house, and he was, I guess, behind the door. And as I walked in, I startled him. And he says, "Ooh, you scared me." And mind you, he was only about 2.5 at the time, and I thought it was the cutest thing. I said, "Wow, it's so cute." You know, he was able to articulate his emotions. He was felt something. He felt scared, and he was able to understand what was happening and give it a word. He was able to express himself. And then I thought, wow, how many times as adults, are we going through something? We're discouraged, or we're scared, or we're worried, or we're even devastated. And because of a lack of understanding, because of a lack of not knowing how to express ourselves, we literally stay there, right? Like how many other little kids, if that would have happened to them, would have they walked away, feeling scared and not being able to express themselves, not being able to articulate what they were feeling. They would have just kind of like, well, what was that about? Like, phew, they would have walked away with that emotion still inside them. But he was able to, say, "Ooh, you scared me," and then he was fine, right? Like he was fine. It startled him, but then he was fine. Without that understanding, though, he wouldn't have been able to do that, right? He would have walked away just kind of like, "Gee, what was that about?" and stayed kind of confused. And that's what happens to us when we get discouraged, or we're in a place of fear or worry. We stay confused, and boy, that really just tears you down and pulls you apart even more when you stay there, right? So the idea is to not stay confused. The idea is to not stay, in that worried state, or in that scared state, or in that devastated state. And to do that, you have to do what you can to have a deeper and more meaningful understanding of who you are. And it really comes down to, know thyself, like to get to know you. I mean, talk about the endless world around you and everything there's to learn and grow and expand. And that's endless, and that's pretty obvious. But the fact of the matter is that you will never fully discover everything there is to discover about yourself, because you're just continuously changing, growing being, and it's limitless. Like, it's just so beautiful how limitless our souls are, our being is. And the more you get to know yourself, the more you get to spend time with yourself and understand yourself and reflect on things and have good conversations and read good books. And the more you're able to do that, the deeper understanding you're going to have, to what's on the inside of you. And it's going to help you really make sense of the world around you. Anyway, it's amazing what you can learn from even a little 2-year-old, little experience that happens to your life when you stop and reflect and you stop and think about it. And that's what happened to me. I was just thinking, wow, this amazing little soul. He was able to understand what he was going through, and because of that, just walked away happy, right? And so I encourage you to do the same thing. If you're going through something, you're discouraged about something, just stop, reflect, have a good conversation with somebody, ask them to recommend a good book or something like that, and grow in understanding yourself more, because there's so much about yourself that you don't even know. Like, there's so much you haven't even discovered about yourself. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And the more you do that, then the less fearful you'll be with life, the less discouraged you'll be, and the more empowered you'll be. And anyway, it's just beautiful. All right. Have a beautiful day, and a little bit of wisdom from the car. Take care. Make a video, post it, tag me, and we'll see what happens.